How is it going, everybody? Oh, look, there's my table. Hey, this is Bill Mozart. I am back. It's Saturday night, May 31st. I'm 3 minutes early for my show. Yay! Not as early as I was planning. We did have a lot of other little things happening today. Right before the show, we had a launch cast for ZEN Bounty Wars number 2. Very excited.
Now, our operation is small, but there's a lot of potential for aggressive expansion. So
Our operation is small, but we're good. We're good. We're growing at an exponential rate. All right, let's see. I got some paper here. I've got my pencil. I got my stuff. Let's find out who's in the room with us. Platinum, what's up, dude? Platinum says, just so I don't forget, Ken, I believe, had a really dope idea to follow up on. I just can't remember what it was. And Ken Albury says, I don't think I did, but thanks for believing in me. All good, bro. Let's see. Kevin says, no early mouse this week, or did we already have that? We sort of had impromptu early mouse, but no, this is as early as it gets. Look, I'm still 2 minutes early, so I'll catch up with the chat since we're a couple minutes early. So Kevin says, a follow-up idea. I may have to just be silent and watch things unfold tonight. Yeah, Kevin gets the coveted, the honorable number one spot on the ZEN Bounty Wars number 2 Kickstarter. Thanks, Kevin. Unbelievably, my boy supported us with $169. Oh, the universe agrees with you, sir. Let's see. Chet says Bill told me to do this. Chet's idea for tonight. He actually had the first idea for tonight, so he's got it cooking in my brain. Let's see. Putting my idea for tonight's sketch: the girls at the beachside. Nira being lathered up with lotion by all the little tinies. Mercy and Alora and Celeste and ENX playing volleyball. I was gonna have Thalia trying to drown ENX and Thalia trying to drown each other in the water, but I would have to bid. So that's Thalia's idea. I like the idea of celebrating the new Kickstarter launch with some Nira on the beach. That's really, really agreeing with me right now. So we'll see if any other ideas pop up, but that one is really sticking. That one is sticking. See, Kevin says, so tonight we have the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue runway show, or Bill's stream. And damn it, Chet just stole part of my idea to have the Cyber Angels in bikinis and showing off. Good. I feel like we're in agreement. Just slacking, son. Let's see, Chet. You don't need Bill to tell you to post ideas. Just do it. Do it. It makes Bill feel better. Kevin says, okay, here we go again. I wonder if there will be an update on Angela Nira. You know, there should be. We should have some kind of update on that, because that piece is dope. That needs to be completed ASAP. And the thing is, now that the Nira-X Kickstarter is all but wrapped up, and the ZEN Kickstarter has already launched, that means my schedule is finally going to be normal. It almost feels like my schedule opened up, so it's good. We're gonna have some good fun. Let's see. Kevin says we have to do all we can to make Bill Mozart feel better. This is true. I can't get along without help from my friends. Ken Albury, what's up, dude? Ken Albury says, did you all back to Kickstarter? That's right. The best question to ask, my friend. Our Kickstarter needs to do well and keep the train moving. Kevin says 2028. Oh, the waiting. and the size my hyper ultra mega box of art. Mega art will be at that con. This is true. I'm only going to skip 1 year. I'll be there for 2026. Chet says, Kev, that box was getting sent to me. Some person says, hello, thank you so much, dude, for hanging out with us. Glad you're here, man. Kevin says, and your box is being sent to me, Chet. I would love to have your ENX and Thalia art. Maurice, what's up, dude? Let's see, I sent in Messenger. Oh, what did you send in Messenger? Let me take a quick look here. I'm glad I'm not using the phone as my camera. I wouldn't be able to see. Let's see. I see what you sent here, Maurice. Let me see you read this real quick. Oh, no way. Maybe think it's good. Oh, dude, you got bronchitis, dude. I hope you feel better, man. Can you send naughty nurse Nira to help me out? LOL. I don't know if you've done Nira that way before. You know what? I'm gonna jot that down. Chet's got an idea that's really sticking in my brain with the beach. But you know what? Nurse Nira. I think we might have 2 pieces tonight. I think we're gonna have 2 pieces tonight, dude. Because we want Maurice to feel better, man. We want you to feel better. Bronchitis, that sucks. I've had it a couple of times. Not a picnic. So I want you to feel better, dude. Let's see. Some person says, I'm gonna guess the idea involved very large breasts on the beach. I think we're all in agreement about this beach idea. I really like it. Very cool, very cool. Chet says, yo. Almost caught up with you guys. Very cool. I'm glad our group... you know what? We have the coolest group, man. I'm glad that everybody pretty much knows everybody else. This is awesome. It makes my Saturday nights a lot more fun. It's like hanging out with friends, man. Because that's what you guys are, man. You're my friends. We hang out every Saturday. Ken says, you sure it wasn't the other Ken? It could be. We've got more than we've got the 2 Kens. But we've also got the trifecta because I have yet another Ken that you Kens have not met.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to say bye.
You wanted to say bye? All right. The famous cat mouse. You know what? She's had a busy day today.
Yeah.
Because she was helping me with the ZEN Kickstarter, and then she was helping me with the launch cast. And we're doing pretty good with all that. Let me see where the ZEN Kickstarter is at right now.
Refresh.
I shall refresh. Look at that. We're almost at 3,000 right now. We got 22 backers. The big boss tier left right away. Thank you so much, dude.
I think it was backer 15.
I think it was backer 15 is what Kat says. She monitors
I think so.
She monitors the campaign.
But we know who you are. We just don't want to dox you online. Unless you say it's okay.
If you tell us it's okay, then it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're almost at 3,000. We're almost meeting our funding goal, which is awesome, and then we'll just keep on
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000.
But I'm just here to say a quick hi and bye. I'm gonna go eat some rice and go to bed. I'm really tired.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
You're a good guppy.
Have a good night. Good night, everybody.
All right, let me catch up. I'm almost caught up with the chat. Let me see here. Chet says, if you really want to get interesting, have Zen as one of the volleyball players and have Nira's dad in the mix. Oh, we're gonna bring in the drama. Patang, what's up, dude? Glad you're here with us. Kevin says, normal schedule? You? No, never. Well, busy normal busy. Chet says, and Bill, if you do my idea, do it horizontal. Yeah, I totally agree. I was actually thinking about that too. Yeah, especially with her lying down with the little sunscreen, little lotion being applied on her back, laying in the sand. I think that's going to be the way to go. Vida Alte, what's up, my friend? And a good night to you, my friend. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. I always love the fact that you show up, man. It makes the world a smaller place for me. So I'm glad that we can hang out. Technology, right? I use satellites to talk to my friends. Kevin says, get better soon. Amen, my friend. Kevin says, Nira in the nurse bikini? Hell yeah. We're going to see what's going to happen. I think we're going to have 2 drawings tonight. We're going to have a beach scene, and we're going to have Nurse Nira. Let's see. Platinum says, Kevin only got that because I had to ask a question. I was going to donate $3 prior to it. Oh. Definitely, Maurice. Yeah, we want you to feel better, man. Some person says it could be a beach in a very dangerous place. This is true. We could put in, we throw some danger back there, some sci-fi danger that Nira likes to have. Kevin says, thanks for the delay, Platinum Owl. That means that we're 2 number 1s for me. I see some person says, seeing as how Nira and the angels keep getting into trouble. No, a real Ken. There's another real Ken out there. Kevin says, Nira's cyber angels. Who would be Bosley in that situation? Let's see, Kevin says, yeah, Kat does keep an eye on things. She saw my 169. Yeah, she's the one that spotted it, dude. And I didn't know if, like, you had finagled the numbers in a weird way or something like that to make it happen. But no, she said, like, just the way the numbers added up. That's just the way it was. I was just like, the universe indeed agreed with your bid. Some person says, shipwrecked on a mysterious island, the angels decide to take a vacation. Yeah, you're not stranded on an island if you just vacation there. You know, change your situation, man. Change your circumstances. Platinum says, did you ship my package, Mr. Mouse, or waiting on Kat to finish the post-it? I think I'm waiting on Kat because I've got the box. No, I see the box. It's on the shelf. It's not out just yet. I think I'm waiting for Kat. And then once that's in the box, then I shall put some postage on it. So we can expect I think it'll be in the mail probably Monday, Tuesday. I think Tuesday at the latest. So it should be okie dokie. Yeah, I think I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that little post-it note to get put in there. See, Kevin says the horizontal beach ball bop. Christy Han, what's up, man? Glad you're hanging out with us. Awesome. Some person says you can all flip a coin to be Bosley. I know, right? Platinum says, how do we have 9 people and 1,000 messages? I'm telling you, man, this is half of the show is us having a good time hanging out, man. I love it. All right, now that I'm pretty much caught up, let me see. I'll leave it right here just so I can find my spot. And we're going to start. You know what? Because the beach scene is actually, that's going to take a longer amount of time. So let's do Nurse Nira first because she's simpler, and then we're definitely going to work on the beach scene. And I have got a lot of pieces from our shows to ink. So same rules will apply to this one, just like the other pieces that we've been doing recently. Oh, let me see here. Is this the end of this? Oh, it is the end of this lid. Okay. Let me put that down here. Let me get a fresh lid in here. All right. All right. Yeah, let's make sure Maurice feels better. So we're gonna have Nurse Nira. I think that would be a fairly quick piece to lay out. Well, I didn't silence my phone, did I? I might have to let this person know that we're live streaming right now. We're sketching. We're trying to make Maurice feel better. Give her some sleepy eyes. She cares about you, man. She just wants to see you feel better. And for anybody watching our show for the first time, maybe you're just watching from the rafters, just kind of chilling out, seeing what's up. Every Saturday at 10 o'clock, what we'd like to do is we get together, we throw around some ideas and see what kind of sticks. And then we auction off the artwork that we put together. We auction it off. to one lucky winner at the end of the show. So tonight we've got 2 pieces that we're actually planning here. So we'll be doing 2 little auctions. Now each piece is penciled like so. So we're going to get the whole layout done in rough pencil. And then after the auction, because there's not enough time to actually just do it during the show, I will ink the piece. So that way there will be a fully inked version of the art. Nice and clean with no caffeine. And that's what we'll do at the end of the show. So for right now, and the end of the show is usually kind of close to midnight. We usually go pretty close to 2 hours, I think. It's kind of been our habit. You know what? Let's give her a little bit of a smile. I was going to give her one of those little nurse hats, but I like the that doctor's strap. I don't know what it is. It's like a light or like something that doctors usually wear on their heads, like in surgery. Dr. Nira. She's a nurse and a doctor. She'll certainly make you feel better. Okay, let me catch up with the chat for a little bit. Oh, wow, I fell behind. I fell behind like crazy. We do like to talk. Let's see, Kevin says, with my mind on horizontal cyber angels, I think I need to share my idea, my Nira centerfold spread from years ago. Christiane says, Giganto with the hand bra thing. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's one that we really have to revisit. We have to revisit that idea. That's true. It's like we meant to do it in the last one. We ran out of room. And Nira looking up at her. Yeah. We definitely have to keep a pin in that one because we have to do that one at some point. Some person says, hello, people in the Twitter chat. You're really missing out. That's true. If you guys come over, actually, even if you're watching on the Facebook channel, if you come over to the live chat on the YouTube channel, everything is synced up way better. And plus, you could leave a like or maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel. It kind of helps me out. Kind of helps the old bill, It's little guys. All right, Kevin says, open up and say, ah. Say Adam Hughes. Oh, there we go. Christiane says, are you doing another double header tonight? Yeah, I think this is going to be a double header. So we're doing Nurse Nira first. Because Maurice has got bronchitis, man. So at the very least, he gets to watch us draw this. And then we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins the the actual bid for the piece. We'll see where it goes. But at the very least, yeah, we'll take care of Maurice tonight. We'll get a little Nurse Nira going on here. And then we're going to do a beach scene. Chet's idea was the first one that kind of rolled in. And the beach scene sounds really, really cool. So it kind of stuck in my brain already. Lizzie, some person says Giganta is going to be a theme for a while. Someday we'll remember to mention Giganta. I know we gotta mention her early in the show so that way I can make sure to do that because it's such a good idea. We get stuck. We got on other ideas first. Let's see. Ken Albury says, "Don't answer that phone, Neo." Christiane, the double header. I'm thinking of what that would be only for the club. Christiane says, "Was that a landline?" I don't know. Is there weird sounds on the coming over the speaker? Anything like that? double page spread or double page spread? Kevin says, I'm trying to find out where Ken Zazer is. Where is he? Kevin says, I will leave that up to your imagination, Christiane. Yes. Here's biting your lower lip. Why am I getting vibes of a singing nurse from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Christopher Bouchard, what's up, my friend? I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Awesome, awesome. Chris Dehan says, do you have a favorite idea that you have sketched from the Saturday night pieces? You know what? Once I ink everything and get caught up, I'm gonna look through them and we're gonna see which ones really pop off. See what good memories we have made over the last few months. 2 Kens and 2 Chris's. Yes, indeed. Kevin says Dr. Mario meets Nurse Nira. It's an idea. It's an idea. Christiane says 2 pages tonight. Yeah, there's going to be 2. We're going to have 2 offerings tonight. Marie says, is she offering a sponge bath with banana duct tape soap? See, now you're starting to paint a picture. See, now I know that she needs to be holding a sponge. And she needs to be looking to make people feel better because she's a nurse and or a doctor. I'm not really sure. And of course, after the piece is finished, whoever does win the bid on the piece, we can always lean the artwork more not safe for work for the original. So that way the not safe for work version is the version that you'll be collecting. A little bit of a cough. That little tiny bit of a cough. Remember, Maurice has got the bronchitis right now, and it's like I feel for him because I got that head cold, and it wasn't even. It was probably like 3 weeks ago at this point. I wanted to say 2 weeks ago, but I think it was, I don't know, it's either 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I get like this nagging, like this little tickle in my throat that makes me want to cough. And that'll stay there even though like the cold is long gone. Makes me mad because it's there. There we go. Now we're talking. Now she's getting into some nurse territory here. There you go. Just thinking about the sponge here. I'm getting into this sponge. Wondering what she's gonna do with this here sponge. Have to make sure not to make it look like a block of cheese. It's gotta have some soap suds on it. A little water dripping off of it. There we go. Now we're getting a little closer here. All right, we'll do this for YouTube. Don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. Make sure she's wearing a shirt. Little doctor name tag. Roll up her sleeves. Don't want her getting in trouble. this is I have the excuse of this being a medical. This is a medical piece of art, so I should be able to draw it however I want, right? Is that a halo that just appeared on my screen around? Like the computer is recognizing that Nira is a person. I just realized that. It does that every once in a while. I guess that means I'm doing a good job. I'm drawing a person. All right, let me catch up with the chat for a little bit. I think we're making some good progress on this piece here. This is good. This is good. We want to get Nurse Nira finished first because it'll take less time than the beach scene, because I think the beach scene is going to have a few different characters. Very cool, very cool. Christiane says Doc Mario throwing the pills at Nurse Nira. Some person says you can meet Bill and Cat personally. I know there is a rabid cat fan base. Don't be shy, other chats. Yeah, pop on in. Ask some questions. Throw a joke. Kevin says, how big is the pill that Nira is going to end up feeding Maurice? What size horse pill is going to be? Chris says the beach scene will be easier to hide a banana in. This is true. This is true. Although the banana, amazingly enough, has become like this theme. It's kind of really followed us around. Some person says Giganta could be an extra special drawing, something others would save up for. That could be cool. That could be cool. Maybe I'll put in a note, and then for next Saturday, maybe I'll show up a little bit early and start working on Giganta. Maybe next week will be Giganta and like one other piece. Maybe we could do that. Remind me at the end of the show so that way I don't forget. That way maybe we can plan something like that. That might be kind of fun. Kevin says we need to see the list of ideas that he has jotted down and vote on the winner. Some person says, how big is your post-it idea pile, Bill? Well, Kat is really the post-it person. Although, I do use a shitload of post-its. But I think I have more like a bunch of like binders with like just scratch sheets of paper. Either way, the pile is large. Kevin says the sponge is for the bath and the banana is for taking one's temperature. Ken Albury says, do you save all these Saturday night pieces in order to collect them at some point? Like a book that you would happily purchase. I am collecting the files and the scans, especially because the original intent was to add some digital colors to the pieces so I could post them up on the Patreon page. But I think we're collecting up enough pieces that we could put together a cool book and maybe have a Kickstarter for a book, an actual like a comic sized book or maybe a magazine sized book. More than likely a comic book sized book, and actually collect them up in small volumes. I think that would be super fun. Kevin says I'll buy that book for $1. Agreed. Some person says someone put a banana on Nira's tailpipe. Not going to fall with the old banana in a tailpipe. Christiane says maybe the Giganta piece could be a 3 11x17s and just make her huge. Then Nira could be a little bit bigger. Oh, it could be a thing. I'd like to print it though, and it's like those gatefold pages are like, they make the book too expensive to print. But maybe a 2-page spread. Make it a 2-page spread and have like Nira real small, like right next to her, like draw her big. This could be a good thing. I think we might be actually planning next week's activities. See, Kevin says, I wonder, is Nira writing legible or as bad as doctors? That's actually a good question. Kevin says bigger is always better. Breaster. I mean better. Some person says you see Nira's power involve changing the size of certain body parts. Reasons? Sneaking into small places. Kevin says I can hear Nira already. Who the hell washed this uniform on super hot again? Someone keeps shrinking my uniforms. Maurice says, I'm so sorry messing up the laundry. All right, Kevin says a rabid cat fan base. Keep those rabid cats away from our cat. So what I say? Chris, I hid it in my avatar. He did. It is in his avatar. You got to look at Maurice's avatar, dude. I see Kevin says, I don't mind at all. Keep up the good work. Yes. Some person says this might be another mural. Jean, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. We're doing our thing. We're doing drawings. So far, the idea from the chat is Nurse Nira. So I got to draw Nurse Nira over here, being a nurse or a doctor. She has an education. She can do her thing. All right, so I'm all caught up with the chat for the moment. Let me go ahead and put some more lines down. I mean, she is professional, so she's got to have a thesoscope. I don't know how you say that. Thesoscope? I need a thesaurus to say thesoscope. Is it It's not thesoscope. There's no way it's thesoscope. Testoscope. Bottlescope. I'm not really sure. All right, so but she's going to be holding one of those in her hand over here. Because, by golly, she's a doctor, I say. There we go. This is a medical grade drawing, by the way. This is totally accurate. I'll tighten up in the inks. You'll see. Not sure why she has stripes. But you know what? She's her own person. She can do what she wants. Make sure we got her foot there. Let's see. Let me erase this line right here. That looks like I'm drawing the tub right here, the old sponge bath tub. How am I not drawing SpongeBob right now? Maybe I'll have to. I think I might have to draw SpongeBob. SpongeBob was my spirit animal for the longest time. All right, I want to make sure that she does have 2 legs. They get mad when you don't draw their 2 legs. They're just like, what am I? Like a one-legged person? All right, gotta draw some drips on here on the side of the tub. All right, let me catch up with the chat for just a pimiento. Oh, let me check one more little thing. I gotta make sure this text isn't an emergency. All right, we're all good. I'll be streaming until midnight. Yeah, voice to text is helping me, see? We'll talk soon. There you go. Put an exclamation point. There you go. Woohoo! And that is how I texted during a live stream. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh my gosh. I got to scroll all the way up. There you go. Okay, some person says a nurse on the beach. I'm thinking medical tents, malaria, fancy cocktails. Jean says STE. The. Stethoscope. Thank you. It's like I can't pronounce any There you go. That's what you were trying to tell me, Jean. How to speak the English language. Stethoscope. Why is it so hard? Now you know why I draw pictures, and you know why I usually have an editor. Some person says, if you're going to be sick on the beach and drunk. Kevin says, and if you got to spew into this. No, I'm not going to draw the spew bag. She's not going to have a spew bag. Thanks, some person. Argo Comics. Dan, what's up, dude? Many can say stethoscope, but not everyone can draw one well, so you're ahead of the game. Thank you, Dan. See, at least I drew it kind of close. It'll be even better when I ink it. I just want to... I kind of have that there as placement. But yeah, I appreciate that. Make me look good, my friend. Make me look good. Kevin says, oh, the stripes. She's honoring the candy strippers. Strippers, not stripers. Strippers. Ken Albury says, cross the 3,000 mark with 25 backers. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Your support makes everything possible. I'm so glad that you enjoy the artwork and the stories and all the good stuff. This is our excuse to do fun things together. Thanks, Ken Albury, for the update. That's awesome. Awesome. Let's see. One day I shall hit those kinds of numbers. You shall, my friend. It is foreseen. Some person says that sponge Nira is holding. That could be SpongeBob. It's true, but I like it like, well, you know, it could be SpongeBob. It could be. Will I make it SpongeBob? Do you think I might make the sponge? I might make it SpongeBob. It would be more dramatic for SpongeBob if he was the one that she was holding. All right, so I'll make the sponge a little bit bigger. Let's see if we can make this work. You know what? I gotta look up SpongeBob's face. I don't want to get it like totally wrong. Let's see here. SpongeBob. With one word, I searched the entire interwebs. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And it's exactly the face I would have wanted to have on him. This is exactly the look on his face and everything that I would want on SpongeBob if he was being held by Nira. That's a good idea. I'm glad you said something. Oh, SpongeBob, you live in the fantasy. Let's see. Christiane says, will there be an EKG with the line spiking? Oh, that's a good idea. Now you guys got me going now. That's good. Good. All right, so we got this. Here we got a bit of a wet floor here, which is always not good. I'm not going to draw any defibrillators, so I think she's safe. But I do like the idea of the EKG thing in the background. That's a good idea. I like that idea. Now, when I ink it, the screen is going to be black, and of course the heartbeat over here is going to be reversed. So it's kind of doing this for placement right now. These machines always have little wires and little bobby things hanging off of them, so that's all I'm doing there. I'm not the expert that I say that I am with medical equipment. I could draw a stethoscope, but I can't really draw like a heart monitor thingy. All right. We'll figure out the bottom of that a little bit later. That'll be good. That's good. That's got us. It's got us where we need to go. It's got us where we need to go. Ken, what's up, dude? Hey, man. As long as you're here, dude. No apologies necessary, my friend. You're always welcome here. Kenzie, what are we drawing? Okay, we're doing the first drawing. We're going to do 2 drawings tonight. So the first one is Nurse Nira. Because Maurice has got the bronchitis, man. Maurice is part of our group, part of our gang, dude. He's part of our crew. So Maurice has got bronchitis. So we're drawing Nurse Nira for him first. And then the second drawing is going to be a beach scene. So we got a beach scene, Nira lying on her belly, getting lotion rubbed on her back by the little tinies. And then we'll see where it goes from there. Agreed. Very cool. Nurse Nira, that's right. Open wide. Ken says, nice. I'm feeling under the weather. Help me, Nira. Say, Kevin says, nurse on the beach. Is this MASH of China Beach? I know, right? Kind of timely with the MASH reference, right? Kevin says, I think I would say, ooh. It's like Ken is saying, sorry, I was out. I'm gonna go ledge in a minute. Oh, pledge! Oh, please don't go to a ledge. Good God, we were gonna no, man, life is worth living, dude. Don't go to that ledge. Pledge. Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. Everybody's support means everything, dude. Means everything. We're building a good thing, man. We're building some cool legacy. We're building a good brand. Everything. That's very, very excited to see where things are gonna go. Some person says the idea is infecting his brain. It is. Kevin says, so where would Patrick be in one of her pasties? Oh my gosh, that's actually. Let me look up Patrick. Let me look up Patrick so make sure. I just want to make sure I get his face right because I got to think about where to put Patrick now. Patrick Star. There's Patrick. We love Patrick. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want images. There you go. Look, I know how to hit buttons and everything. All right, good. Got what I need. I'm not sure where. Is maybe Patrick? He could be up here like a pasty. He could be in the tub chilling out. I don't know, kind of like, I want him to be one of the pasties too, but it's like at the same time, it's like the tub is empty. I just picture him chilling. Let me see how he looks here, and then we'll make a final decision. Patrick Star. Have him looking up at her. I have his tongue hanging out a little bit. He's a happy camper. Get a couple little thingies on him right here. There you go. Yeah, I kind of like him there. He's got his two little nipples. Let me just fix his arm a little bit, just a tiny bit. I don't want to break his arm. I mean, sure, he's a starfish and all, but, you know. I like what's going on. All right, that's cool. We can always draw another starfish, like a little small starfish, like a little pasty. That would still be funny. I would like that. Nice. Some person says, Kirk, no, but maybe I've got to try. Kevin says, Patrick could be the pasty in the following beach bash. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's true. Or it could be stuck to a butt cheek or something. But a pasty would be good. Kevin says SpongeBob needs hearts around his head. Oh, he does. You're correct. You are correct, Mundo. Good. Excellent. Some person said SpongeBob nose could be extra long. Maybe. I'll think on it. Well, let me see what it looks like. That would be kind of funny. We are a group that loves the innuendo. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I don't know. It doesn't look like him though. You know what I mean? Like it's still kind of like it took him too far away from being SpongeBob. Here, I'll meet it in the middle. I'll make his nose a little bit bigger. All right. I don't want to make it too big. It makes him look like not like SpongeBob. That works though. I think that's okay. This is good. As Kevin says, he's never been squeezed quite like Nira squeezes him. And I noticed like he squeezed his legs all up into his body. Oh, Maurice says, is that duct tape on the side of the tub? Excellent. I know exactly where this theme is going. Yes. The banana lives. That's what makes it high art. Yes. Chet says, could always have SpongeBob holding a banana for dear life. This is true. Some person says Nira needs to clean herself with something. Kevin says Nira could use her own top for self-cleaning. I mean, Nira has no idea that this is a sentient sponge. Christopher Bouchard says the artwork looks fantastic. Thank you, dude. I said thanks you. I said it plural. That's how much I'm thinking. It's because I said it more than once at the same time. Thanks, dude. Some person says, I see where you're going with this, Kevin. Oh, Christopher Bouchard says that he is backer number 27. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for supporting. I'm gonna take a quick look at the campaign real quick. Because I know we broke the 3,000. Look at that, 3,082 with 27 backers. That's awesome, guys. We're getting closer and closer to our funding goal. That's awesome. Can't wait. Kevin says, where am I going, some person? I hope not to hell. Maurice says, so who's giving Nira the sea cucumber then? Ken says, we need Malka in the back giving CPR to Aquamarine. Aquaman. I know, there you go. You're just typing fast. You're just typing fast. That would be a funny idea, though. I like that. Fatang says, have a sexy Sandy in the background. I heard they apparently were supposed to have that in the movie, but someone higher up said no. Oh, they got rid of sexy Sandy? Well, let's see. Let's see if we could find Sandy. Sandy Cheeks. All right, got my little reference here for Sandy. That's good. I think Sandy would just be back there like mad. It's like, what are you guys doing? But it would be funny to include her. I do like the idea of including her. So we'll have to do a humanized sexy Sandy at some point. But I think for the sake of this picture, we're gonna make sure this picture makes Maurice feel better. And then we're gonna run to the beach. Sandy Cheeks. Her whole, just the idea of Sandy Cheeks. The fact that she lives underwater in a suit. You gotta understand, man, this is a show I freaking raised cat on right here. For better or for worse. Make sure she's got her eyelashes. All right, I'll leave that up there for now. This is good. I think we're getting pretty close with this here. Let's see, Kevin says an Aquaman that looks like you, Ken Zazer, and here I was thinking of giving CPR to Mercy. See? Some person in the gutter referring to the top being used to clean. Kevin says, would I suggest such a thing? Yes. Damn, am I that predictable? Yes. Is that a bad thing? No. I'm just stating the obvious. Maurice says, didn't say it was a good or bad thing. We just know how you think. All right, let's see. We're gonna, I think this piece is gonna stay right where it is. I'm gonna put in a little bit of framing here so we can have just a little bit of like drop shadow and stuff. And then we'll put in, so this will be solid black up here. Yeah, this will look good. I think we're gonna go to the beach now. I think we're going to the beach. And I think what I'll do is I'll set this piece aside, and then we'll do 2 auctions at the end of the show. Unless you want to do an auction right now for this one, and then start working on the next piece. Totally up to you, my friends. This is a show by committee. I'm not a tyrant. Sweet, that's looking good. All right, let me pull back just a little bit so you can see more of the image. All right, cool. Yeah, I think this is where this one's gonna rest. And of course, we're going to have more, got to have some more water drips. Nice. This is Maurice's get well picture. Let's see, where was I? You and both Kens. Okay, I saw that. Sandy, perverts. Some person says the beach has disappeared. Now we're gonna go to the beach next. We got the big beach pitch, big feature. It's the big feature coming up next. So we got 2 pieces tonight. So this is Nurse Nira. That way Maurice can feel a little bit better, hopefully. Kim says, I just don't censor myself. Hell, you should see the interrogation of Natasha Romanoff. By Jim Ballant, no doubt. That must have been really good. That would be a cool piece. This is now House MD Nira-X edition. Kevin says, I think there needs to be a Grey's Anatomy in there somewhere. Ken says, I've seen that. It's nice. Christopher says, by chance, is there a commission update? Not right now. My stuff is up on the shelf because we were launching the Kickstarter today, so I'm a little bit of a mess right now in the studio. So I don't have an update, but there's more has been done to your art for sure. And then this week, now that we've already launched the Kickstarter, now I've got a little bit of breathing room. Now I can finally start catching up. And hopefully the next time I show you the piece, after the weekend, you're going to see some inks on it. So I'm excited. I'm excited about getting caught up. We have a lot of pieces that we need to get caught up on. So I'm excited about that. Some person says, I have no problem with full frontal. I'm just teasing you. All right. Well, I tell you what, we're going to have, we'll have both auctions at the very end. Let me get a clean sheet of paper because we've got to run over to the beach now. Now we've got to go to the beach. We got Chet's original idea of Nira on the beach, getting lotion rubbed on her back by a bunch of little tinies. So this piece, we're definitely going to do it horizontal because we're going to have her lying down on the beach like so. Make her enjoying getting rubbed down with some lotion. I think I'll have a sly look on her face because she is enjoying some lotion from the little tinies. Because the little tinies always show up when you need them. I hope the Nurse Nira helped you feel a little bit better there, Maurice. We'll make sure that we make her part of the bidding at the end of the show. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that close to midnight. So it's almost 11 o'clock right now. So close to midnight, we'll do our sketch auctions. Right now we got to have Nira getting some lotion rubbed up on the back. Here we go. Get a nice little sultry look on her face. She has to have a facial expression that represents that she enjoys the lotion on her back. Yeah, we'll give her a smile. Maybe this time I will have her biting her lip. Be kind of cool. Here, let me get a little bit closer. That way we can see what we're doing. Nira does like the beach. There we go. Has some little strands of hair here and there. Some wind-blown hair. She's been in and out of the water all day. I gotta position her arms in such a way that she's not covering up everything. Because I'm thinking she's probably lying topless on her belly. Probably something like that. Let me bring the shoulder over just a little bit. Oh, what if she's like kind of clawing the beach blanket a little bit? She's like, this feels good. I'll catch up with the chat in just a minute. I just want to finish this one little bit, this one little piece of the idea. Let's see, I got to bring her arm over here. The paper shows me what to draw. You give me the ideas, and then the paper guides me. And now we're getting somewhere. All right, she's now we can see that she's starting to actually lay on the beach. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick. I don't want to be too far behind. Oh no, I didn't mark it. I didn't mark it. All right, where am I? I saw the buzz commission update. Got that. Always maybe. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, yeah, very cool. Yo, okay, so you got your update. Awesome. Thanks, Christopher. Kevin is saying I know, and I'm giving you hell right back. Okay, Kevin says beach blanket bingo, Nira-X style. Yes. Some person says time must have skipped a week. It's next Saturday. I know. I do the best I can juggling the pieces and the deadlines and stuff. But sometimes, you know, some art takes a little bit longer than others, and so my flux capacitor doesn't work quite right. But I'll keep moving along. I'll keep moving along. Make sure we get all this stuff caught up. Got to have more fun. Christy Ann says, like on a beach chair, or just getting lotioned up on a beach blanket. I'm thinking like lying on her belly on a beach blanket, and I think the little tinies are like kind of like rubbing up against her on her back, like something kind of sexy. Ken says maybe a revisit of the Catherine Styles and Nira beach scene. You know what? I do miss the Catherine Styles character. I have to find a nice way of working her back into the story. I've got some ideas because I know kind of where she's been, it's like off camera, so to speak. I do want to bring her back. Marie says, "Thanks, Bill. You're awesome, bud." Oh, you're cool, man. I'm glad you like that. That's cool. Let's see. Kevin says that comes after next Friday, but before the Friday after next. I know. It's my Doc Brown calendar. Kevin says, "You mean a hotter, more fun update to that scene?" Yes. Ken says, "Yep." Let's see. Kevin says, "I think those little tinies are hitting the right spots. I just hope the hands aren't wandering too much." Some person says maybe the other angels are about to spill a whole cooler of ice on her. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. Let me see. We'll see if we can fit some of that in there. Maybe. Here we go. Kevin says the sequel to this piece will be Nira recreating the famous Flashdance scene. I know, with the cooler of ice jumping on her. Chris Dehan says, has there been a hot tub piece yet? You know what? Not a dedicated hot tub piece. That's actually a good question and a good idea. I like where that idea could go. That idea could go lots of places. All right, let me clean up this little line here. Like, even for YouTube, I don't think I have to draw like a bikini top on her because she's already lying down. She's covered, as it were. Got her hair lying off to one side. It's a little extra sketchy right there. Kind of giving me some wiggle room to play with there. When I get in there with the inks, we'll clean that all up. And once we get her body basically where it needs to go, and then we'll start figuring out where the little tinies are going to be. He was like, "Look, I've been working out. I've been exercising. I got my glutes." This is going to be a special piece right here. But you're right, dude. Yeah, a lot of these pieces are going to be perfect for putting together a cool collection. Not sure what we'll call it. Maybe we'll call it the Weekly Mouse, the Saturday nights. You know, We'll find a cool name for it. Have one of her legs kind of flipping up like this, you know, do a little. Here, I'll pull back just a little bit so that way you can see the table. There we go. I'm not sure if that lighting thing was. Oh, here we go. If that lighting thing is helpful, or actually, I'll leave it like this. Yeah, I think it's more clear like this. All right, we'll leave that there like that for the moment. That's her yanking on her towel. Here we go. Let me bring this up here like this so we can see what we're doing here. This is a good idea, Chet. I love this idea. I was kind of in the mood for something a little bit more beach themed. All right. Let me catch up with the chat just a little bit and see where you guys are here. Oh, I got to scroll. There we go. At least I marked it so I can get back up where I'm going. Yeah, Kevin Green was like Nira-X hot tub time machine. Platinum. How about a little tiny scribe tattooist giving Nira a tramp stamp? Ooh. I kind of like that. I like that. There's going to be some other little tinies in this piece, by the way. But Scribe would. Totally. If he was a little tiny, he would absolutely be down there tattooing a tramp stamp. So let me find a space for a tramp stamp first. And we're going to get little tiny scribe over here. Okay, I was just making sure the little texts coming in weren't emergencies. I might have to get really close. I have to get really close so we know what Scribe is doing. All right, Scribe, what are you up to? What are you up to, buddy? There we go. Yeah, now we're in business. All right, cool. That's the first time I'm testing out these pencils with little tinies. Little hand on her butt. Good scribe. Scribe is doing scribe things. Let's see, how about... Gotta pump the lid out. There we go. How about we have a little mercy? Over here rubbing some lotion. Make sure I'm in camera. There you go. Little tiny mercy down here. Lotion expert. Yeah, it takes a little concentration to draw them tiny, because they still got to look cool. Just can't draw stick figures. All right, we've got Mercy rubbing some lotion here. All right. Little tiny. There we go. Just checking a message real quick. Make sure it's all good. There we go. Just wanted to clean up that line real quick. All right, cool. Let's see where we are here. Platinum says so she can have her butt and low back arched a bit. Yeah. Some person says Nira goes back to the 70s in a hot tub and finds one of her enemies with a huge afro in the tub with her. That would be dope. Kevin says, I could see that tattoo looking like the XXX tattoo from the same movies. Yeah, I could see that. Some person, let's see, I forgot the name of that Mad Genius guy. Mad Genius guy. Kevin says, now that the art looks like the P word. Bill Moss draws a crowd. Kevin says, a sandal or a high heel hanging from the foot? Ooh. I mean, a high heel hanging from the foot is always kind of cool, but like at the beach? What do you guys think? I guess the sandal would make more sense because we're at the beach. Platinum says, how about a handprint on her rump where the lotion came off? I think if I remember to do that, I'm going to do that in the coloring phase for sure. That would be super funny. I would like that. Some person says lots of little tinies trying to tie her down like Gulliver. Ah, that's a good idea too. We were planning on putting little tinies on her anyway, so that's good. This could be a thing. Hey, Maurice says that looks like a good start to a new body pillow design. Yes, it does. Chet says, I always do. Some person says, or the little tinies are applying lotion. Yeah, I think that was the original idea, that the little tinies are applying the lotion. Christy Hen says, a parasol in the background. Oh, that could be cool. Kevin says, I would love to hug that, maybe a blanket. Ken says, I have to go, but have a great night. Oh, well, thanks for hanging out, Ken. I'm glad you were here, man. We'll definitely talk and catch up soon. I've got a lot of artwork to catch up with you too, man. It's like you're top of the list right now. It's like we got some pieces that have been on hold for a little bit. So let's get caught up, dude. Let's get caught up. I'm glad you're hanging out, dude. We'll talk soon. Platinum says, is the top and bottoms going to be lying near the or here or heroin? You know, I kind of like the idea of maybe her bottoms hanging off of her foot instead of a shoe. You know what I mean? I kind of like that idea. Let me see how that looks. That might be kind of dope. Kind of bend her toes back this way a little bit. I don't know why I've been into stripes lately, but I've been into stripes. Let's see how that works for a little bit. Some person says, bye to Ken, cool. Fatang says, I can't wait for the weather to warm up. It was only in the 50s and it's barely in the 40s now. Oh, man. Yeah, that's chilly over where you are. It's kind of normal temperature over here, but we're getting like a lot of rain and wind and stuff, so it's kind of a weird week. Some person says somehow Nira has hypnotized Scribe to help her. Marie says beach towel, yes. Some person says Scribe, it's like the Aerodonic mountains. Mountains. I can't pronounce shit tonight. Platinum says a funny idea would be a little tiny bill with an art easel spelling, taking a landscape of Nira's butt. That actually would be kind of funny. It spoke to me. We'll draw some more little tinies over there, but I think we'll make a place. We'll make a place for old Bill over here. Drawing a landscape. I'll just make a place for it here. Get my hat on me. I got my bald head. There you go. There's Bill. Bill drawn. Little tiny Bill. Drawing Nira. Kevin says, but what? Platinum Albro, tell us more. Platinum says, just so you can see the picture of her butt on the picture on her butt of the picture of her butt. You know what? It's true. I drew too. Well, my little tiny is so small. Let's see. Let's see if I can fit it on here. There you go. so at least you can see a little bit of her butt on my canvas. Butt-o-vision. Buttception. Laughing still makes me cough a little bit. Buttception is perfect. Exactly. Platinum says, is Mercy wax on or wax off? Yeah, she is. She is. Some person says, for some reason, I'm thinking of cavemen painting symbols along her legs. I could kind of see it. I could see it. Kevin says, that's better than paint the fence. 100%. Some person says a hermit crab could have grabbed another LT. Oh my gosh. An LT got taken away by the hermit crab. Kevin says a high-heeled sandal. Christopher Bouchard, see you, my friend. Have a good night, my friend. Hope the weekend treats you well. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see. Platinum says, didn't know Ken was here. Could have asked him what his idea was last week. Oh, no joke. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Kevin says bottom, so she was wearing a slingshot thong, maybe? Just imagine the little tiny using it as an e-ticket ride. Let's see, I should have tried an easier to say mountain range. Yeah, I know. Holy smokes. I'm kind of slurring to begin with. I think I probably after the show I'll have some food. I got some leftover. I got some leftover pizza in the fridge. Adirondack. Thank you. Everybody has to enunciate for me tonight. It's been a long day. I've been making thumbnails and clip art and all kinds. You know, creating that Kickstarter page is like, it takes so much artwork that doesn't actually go into the book. It's just all of the. It's just wow. It was like a week of it. It was like an endless mountain of just like little clip art that needs to link and connect. And so it's a lot more. It took a lot more time than I was planning on, which is why I'm late on a few things. But I'm glad we got it done. We're good. We're good. Fatang says maybe some little tinies getting in trouble of their own. Like one is stuck in the sand from the boobs down. One is stuck in a drink. One completely covered in lotion and looks like a goo monster. I like these ideas. Let's see. What ideas are you planting upon me? Let me see here. I like these ideas. I think one of these ideas is happening right now. I think it's happening right now. I got quiet for a minute because I'm thinking of the way this pose is gonna work out. Because I got to put a little something on there, protect us from the YouTube monsters. Alright, I'm not sure which Cyber Angel this is, but she is stuck in the ground. Have her wiggling in the sand. The one covered in lotion would be funny. It's like maybe Allura is covered in lotion. This one kind of, it spoke to me a little bit. So you got to listen to the canvas. When the canvas speaks, if something just feels like it's going to work, then we got to do it. There's more little tinies than we usually put in a piece. But I think it's working. Cool. A couple good ideas. I like it. I like it. Platinum says like the Rockies. Yeah, there you go. So, something simple like the Rockies. Bill, try to say Mississauga. Mississauga. That's what it sounds like to me. Mississauga? Sauja? Mississauga. I think I got it right. Kevin says nothing but the best art for Bill. Some person says, yeah. Or the Hollywood Hills. That's easier. Platinum says, can Quid be hiding in as Nira's lotion? Sneaky stuff. That is sneaky stuff. That is sneakier than usual. Yes, it is. What if put this here? Let's have Quid over here. He came out of the body, came out of the bottle of lotion. He's all over Allura over here. It's nice to include Quid. I gotta bring him back too. We got a lot of characters to bring back. Kevin, enunciate. Is there no N in the Mississauga? I always say it like it does. Mississauga. Maurice says a little tiny buried in the sand sounds fun. Some person says, I don't know, I haven't figured out how to say it either. Platinum says, I say it Mississinawa. Oh, Mississinawa. Okay, I got you. I assume it could be Mississauga. You guys are killing me. Kevin says ENX is in the sand so we can have her without pissing off Chet. Chet, doesn't happen that way, Kev. ENX, we both need, so I have to settle. Platinum says bury a banana with some duct tape around it. In the sand, please, Mr. Ross. We have to have it. One banana with duct tape around it coming up. Gotta make it happen. Let's see, puts a little sand texture here, so I know to do that. Little duct tape on this here banana. A little drop shadow here. That darn banana. Some person says that interesting. That's interesting. Instead of a silent letter, it's an invisible letter that is loud. Kind of like how some English towns are said very differently than what they look like. Well, you know what? A city that's close to me. I live in Virginia Beach. The city that's next to me it's called Norfolk. Everybody calls it Norfolk, but it's spelt no folk, like F-O-L-K. No folk. But sometimes I just say no fuck, like no fuck Virginia. That's Norfolk, Virginia. There you go. I guess I have an accent. Don't get mad. I guess I have an accent. Some person says a crab may have stolen the banana. Kevin says Quid has secretly replaced our usual TSOTG lotion. Let's see if Nira can tell the difference. She's got a bit of a moan going on. Quid turned out to be a lucky duck. He gets to ooze all over the angels. I know, right? He got the little lottery for today. Maurice says duct tape stuck to the crab leg. Some person says that banana is a monolith. I know, right? It's like, okay, Chad, it's Cheyenne red feather instead, or orchid. Jeez. The banana needs people worshiping it. I know, right? It's the new monolith. The banana looks like a land shark. It kind of does. Ken Albury says, you might think Bill drew this from his head, but I posed for this piece earlier today. Jeez. Let's see. Ever since Scribe put Nira on the wall, I see it as his calling card. Norfolk? I know. It's like a weird sound, right? It's like a weird name. All right, so we've got some beach back here. Let me see. Let me check something real quick. All right, let's play some volleyball while Nira gets some sun and some lotion. And we could have a parasol / beach umbrella over here. We'll make it more of a parasol. Put some little fringe on it. That would be cool. And we got to play some volleyball back here. Let's play some volleyball. I'm thinking Mercy's going to be back here. I'm thinking Mercy. What was the selection? Chet gave me a selection. I think it was Mercy, Celeste, and Evil Nira. But we'll see how it comes out. We'll see. You think Evil Nira plays volleyball angrily? Not really sure. She probably gets into it, man. She probably gets really competitive. But that's the telltale sign of who this is right now. She's got to be hitting the ball, so let's... We don't often see Evil Nira in a bikini. So this should be pretty cool. Let's see. Hey, she's got to be running for the ball here. So. Little string bikini. As the phone rings, I'll make sure that it's not an emergency call. As soon as I get Evil Nira's pose here, I like her little running pose. This is good. All right, let me catch up with the chat just a minute. I'm going to check this one message just to make sure it's not an emergency. Back right after I'm done streaming. See, I figured that voice to text would be a little bit quicker. We got to get back to the beach, yo. All right. Okay, let's see where we're at with the chat right now. We can go back up where I left off. Oh, it's up. It went a little far. Okay, let's see where we are. Some person says, someday I'll suggest that Bill draw a sexy banana holding a duct tape Nira. I like the reversal. I like it. Platinum says, Scribe is the mad taperer. Christiane says, some person, that would be bananas. Marie says, put Zen in there first. The new... Oh, put Zen in there as the first, the new Kickstarter. That's true. Yeah, we could pay. Let's have Zen back there somewhere playing volleyball with the girls. That's not a bad idea. That's a very good idea. Let's see. Let me finish Evil Nira's hair. That way I know how much space that's taking. All right, got the volleyball there. Oof. Evil Nira is dominating the game. You know what I mean? All right, we'll just quickly rough this in. We'll know where the net is at. we'll have Zen back here. He doesn't. He never wears a shirt anyway. He's always ready for the beach. I'll just have him real tiny back here. There we go. Let's make sure that he's got his hand open like this, like he's waiting for a play. But Evil Nira's got it, man. It's good. We included it back there. It's good. It's Zen's day after all. It is Zen's day after all. Platinum says, "Can you imagine it could have been all the bounty hunters playing volleyball, and it could be a reward tier. Ah, that would be a heavy piece." Fatang says, "How many times do you think they have to replace the banana in the art banana duct tape to the wall?" I would think weekly at least. I'm judging by my Walmart bananas, and I gotta. If I have a Walmart banana in my house for more than a week, that Walmart banana goes away unless someone saves it and makes banana bread. I'm looking at you, cat mouse. But other than that, I gotta buy new bananas. So I'm thinking weekly. Weekly has to be the natural time. Maybe it's a fiberglass banana, but then it wouldn't be real art. Some person says, "I wonder who's in charge of replacing the banana and what their job title is." I don't think they'll ever want to be known for their job title. I am the banana replacement person. Kevin says, "Damn it. I may as well put my wallet away. Chet will outbid us all." ENX is definitely a spiker, not a setter. Well, she's starting to. She's insidious though. She likes to set people up. She likes to be manipulative, and then she goes in for the spike. She is aggressive. Bam! Yeah, exactly. Like off your face. Chet says, "I'll only bid if I want to win it. But if I win it, I'll be altering and having Thalia drowning ENX. If you win it, good sir, you may modify it to your heart's content, my friend. All good in the hood." Some person says there's 2 drawings. He might be out by the second one. That's true. We do have Nurse/Dr. Nira. Platinum says, "Rude, Chet." Pouring in X. Christiane says beach volleyball would make a great piece. I agree. We might have to actually do a studio piece like that. That might actually be something I have to put an earmark on for the near future. Chet says sacrifices. Once in a while, they're Plat sacrifices. Some person says, "I'm thinking it's Plat you'll have to look out for in this auction with all the little tinies hanging out." That's true. Why does Chet hate ENX so much? Cry. Chet says, "I don't hate her. Thalia has to get back at ENX for her deeds once in a while." That's true. Thalia and ENX and the Cyber Angels in general. Thalia's out to get them. So she is not happy with Cyber Angelhood. Platinum Albert says, "But isn't Thalia more evil?" Is she holding a giant mallet for the little tinies? Chet says, "More than anyone knows." Well, for now. Kevin says, "With ENX in this one, I suspect this will be the one that Chet wants." This is what I'm thinking as well. Platinum says, "I see the plot. Thalia is actually an Elseworlds ENX." No. Thalia is her very own thing. She's definitely her own thing. Chet says, "No, Plat, there's a different direction for Thalia. Yeah, she's on a different path." Platinum says, "The Forsaken Demon Triplet." Okay, I have to let other ENX pieces go. I say make Thalia an anti-hero like ENX so they can all get into a pillow fight. A bidding war for the ages. And maybe have their clothes fall off. Well, I'm just saying. That seems to be like a natural course of action. Kevin says, "I know you have a Chet. I have one, and I thank you for that." Platinum says, "I really think the ENX action pose is really cool." Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I like the way she's like kind of like running at the ball like that. I like that motion, like that body language. Some person says, Zen, whoa, I like this drawing. Zen is actually breaking the fourth wall. He's just like, oh, I like the way this drawing is going. Chet says, I am more free with letting go of ENX than Thalia. Thalia, for now, isn't going to no hands until my plan is done. What plan, says Christiane. That is a secret, Chris. It is a secret plan. No one better be dying. Super secret plan, I just said. Chet says, maybe not, Platt, maybe not. Some person says, pardon me, ma'am. I'm the banana technician for this exhibit. I'm here to change the bananas. All right, well, let's put a little bit of, I have a little bit of cloud cover over here for the edges. And then we're going to see who else we're going to include here. All right, we're thinking about Mercy and Celeste. From your description. So I'll put them here for placement. But I think it'll be sexier just having Mercy here. We'll see. We'll see how she looks. And if indeed Chet wins this piece, you're going to see some modifications. We're going to have Mercy jumping up to see about this shot here. Mercy's typical outfit is very close to a bikini, so she's actually very at home with this attire. There we go. Get a nice little jump in there. All right, we've got a little bit of everything. A nice little menu of things. Now, to avoid confusion, we'll do the auctions one at a time because we don't want to be confused between the two pieces. I certainly don't want to be. So I'm going to set Nurse Nira over here. And I'm sure I'm going to set like we're going to have a sun or something back here. We're going to have some atmosphere in this area right here. So that way, and maybe some more, maybe a little bit of cloud cover. But this might be modified a little bit so that we're going to see what Thalia is up to. That's if Chet wins the piece. We shall see. Chet is powerful indeed. All right, let me pull the camera back a little bit. That way we can see what we're doing. There we go. Make sure we can see it okay. It's a weird angle because the table's at a weird slant, but yeah, she looks a lot better, like flat. But I can't draw it with the camera on me like that, so I'm going to leave this like this. I need something to prop it up. There we go. Let me get yeah, prop it up with a little something. This Fantastic Four will serve its purpose for tonight. There we go. All right, so we're going to have two separate auctions. The first one is going to be for the Nira-X beach scene. I'll catch up with the chat before we actually start, but I'll go ahead and put the little banner thing up. Just so you know it's auction time. Of course, any number, just please type the word bid next to your number. And hopefully you guys will help me keep track of everything, make sure I don't miss anybody if somebody just happens to bid. If you're on one of the Facebook channels, please do hop on over to the live YouTube chat because it's just synced better. Actually, it's synced, and it's the only chat that I go by that comes into my software here. So let's catch up with the chat first before we start taking any bids. Platinum says, I hate to throw all my nun cat artwork in the dumpster fire as protest for any main characters kicking the bucket. Chet says, I could if I wanna make them all pass on. Whoa. Kevin, so if he wins, screen grab his art as it is now. Do it now. I'll make a scan. I'll make a scan of the art as is, and then if Chet happens to win it, then all of the modifications. We'll have we'll have two different versions of the art. Jeez, Kev. Jeez, Platt. All right, Kevin says, "What did I do now?" Some person says maybe some sweating and glistening from suntan lotion. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be added in. That is by default, my friend. Oh yes, we're gonna add some more drips, some more highlights, and then with the coloring you'll really see it. But I'll definitely add it to the ink also. Chet says both of y'all be wanting the original to stay. Kevin says, thank goodness I didn't suggest all the other women be wearing black tape as their bikinis. Platinum says, I'm only going to bid on this piece if I want to win it. And if I win it, Bill will start all over again. No! Kevin says, no, we just want to remember it as it is. Goodness. Christiane says, start over? Or just another scene? Platinum says the same scene all over again. He must. If I win. When you do. Kevin says, I bid $1 on Nurse and Beach. Okay, well we'll do one at a time so that way I don't get Confucius. So we're gonna do the Beach first. We're gonna do the Beach first. So $1 for Kevin on the Beach. I'm gonna write down Kevin. I'm gonna write down 1. Yeah. Kevin's gonna win it for $1. Christy Hans says, which one will go first? We're going to go ahead and do the Beach one first. Let's go ahead and do the Beach. And then we're going to do Nurse Nira, which we drew just for Maurice, so that way he can watch Nurse Nira, and hopefully that makes him feel a little bit better today. He's got that bronchitis going on. All right, Platinum says, I guess. Chet says, little excitement there, Platt. Platinum says, $2 bill. All right, so I'm gonna write down Platt. I'm gonna write down 2. There you go. That way I don't have to scroll all the way back up to see. Chet is like, sigh. Oh, by the way, this will go until 12:05 at the latest. I didn't even start any kind of timer or anything. So 12:05, we're starting the midnight auction. Kevin in the room with 69. Thanks, brother. You're awesome, dude. Kevin says, "Oh, but on what did I bid? Maybe I just did it to do it." Chet's like, Kevin. Kevin says, "I swear I just heard my mother." Looks around. All right, let me get a little swig of water. Good day. It's a good day. Good day to hang out. Good day to have jokes. All right, so right now we've got, oh, here we go. Oh, Mighty Geek, what's up, dude? Welcome to the Devil's Playground. Oh, that's the title of this piece. Here we go. Let me put this light down a little bit. That light tends to drown out the paper there a little bit. I don't like that. All right, well, welcome to the Devil. But hey, Mighty Geek, thanks for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you, dude. Chris Dehan says, no, 75. Chris Dehan in the room with 75, bro. Coming in with bigger guns, my friend. That's what I'm talking about. Very cool, very cool. Kevin says, now I hear Jackie Gleason going, some bitch. All right, Chris has the winning bid so far. In the room, we're going till, actually it's 12:04 is what we're going to go to. So it's exactly midnight right now. We'll go to 12:04 and then we'll do a 10-second countdown. As we all know, anybody who happens to be watching our show for the first time, or you're just watching from a distance, we bid on the artwork that we've sketched together for the past couple hours. If you happen to win the artwork, what happens is that you send a PayPal to, let me see if I can I find my, oh, there you go. You send your PayPal to my email address, billmossart@gmail.com. And you include your shipping address, your mailing address, whatnot, along with your PayPal, because you can put notes on there. And that's basically it. That's all there is to it. The whatever the bid is what it goes for. Domestic U.S. shipping is included. So you don't have to include anything extra unless, you really want to. You offer a little extra support, you know what I'm saying? But that's how typically it works. Let me go back to the chat real quick and see where everybody is. Platinum says, from Smoking the Bandit. Yes. Some bitch. Oh my God, are you serious? The Platinum says the TV edit was you some bum. Oh man, I hate TV edits. Oh, they're funny, but it's like, oh man, scum bum. My God, if I could type, I could be dangerous. Did Ken Zazer share some alcohol with you, Platinum? It does seem like it. All right, well, we've got 3 more minutes. And then we'll do a 10-second countdown. I do the 10-second countdown with the chat. I type it in. As soon as the little field clears out, I type in the next thing. I do 10 seconds, blah, blah, blah. Because there's a delay between when you hear my voice and when I've actually talk. Just the nature of live streaming. That was an awful dub. Yeah, that was the worst, dude. It's like, yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. Doesn't even go with his lips, nothing. Oh my gosh. All right, we got 2 more minutes. Chet is asking, he's throwing a hammer down, man. Chet is asking, everybody ready for bidding? Are you ready? Are you ready for some bidding? Because there's 2 minutes left. Let's see who's going to be ready. Kevin says, but did you know the actor that played Joey in Full House did a lot of dubs for TV? I heard something about it, something like in an interview or something like that. And that surprised me how many how many, like he did like legit voice dubs for actors. Like he could do very good impressions of certain actors. Let's see, Kevin says, let me get the auctioneer going. Dave Collier. Chet says, and here we go. That's him! All right, Chet's in the room. He's throwing it down. Chet says, you know what? We are going 150. Let's throw this hammer down. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going down. That's a good bid, but more. Christy Hen in the room with 155. Thanks, dude. Go, Chris. That's what I'm talking about. Chet at 175. You're awesome, dude. Thanks, man. He wants me to modify this piece, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be modified if you don't stop it. Got 1 minute left. Actually, a little bit less than 1 minute. Chet in the room with 175. Platinum says, you have my blessing, Mr. Dian. All right, time is just about up. I'm going to go ahead and start the 10-second countdown as we speak. I'll try to keep my eyes on the chat as we go to make sure I don't miss any possible sniping. I'm not saying anybody's going to do that, but here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm switching to Spanish. That's how you know I'm serious. 2. 1. Okay, I'm going to try type in 000 to mark it as sold. 1, 2, 3. Bam! All right, let me see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Make sure I got everything okay. Nobody snuck in anywhere in the middle. Awesome, Chet. Please, everybody, congratulate Chet. He is the winner, and I'm going to be doing some modifications. I'll get some instructions from Chet a little bit later tonight or tomorrow. I'll get those instructions. He's going to tell me how to modify this piece to his liking. Yeah, please, everybody, congratulate Chet. That's awesome. That was good. That was a lot of drama. We got some drama. Christiane says, congrats. Platinum says, get! Kevin says, and Maurice says, congrats. Some person says, Bill, you can make sexy Where's Waldo art. This is true. That could be fun. That could be fun. I know, congrats, I guess. Chet says, okay, Bill, here's the changes. Change the delta on ENX to Allura. All right, so you want me to change ENX to Allura. All right, so we're going to change ENX's place in this piece. We're going to change her to Allura. Got it. Patang says, congrats! All right, Chet says, want a dark, little tiny Thalia on top of the umbrella. All right, little tiny Thalia of the umbrella. Yeah, gotcha. I'm circling these. These are the notes that I'm leaving myself right now. And Chet says, and thanks, everyone. You're awesome, dude. You're awesome, dude. That was a lot of fun. That was super cool. I'm going to set this aside for you right now. I'll write your name on the back of this one. That one's safe. It's good to go. All right, and this is the Get Well Maurice piece. All right, we've got. There you go. It looks better flat. It's like I'm angling it down. It's like it looked like she's like this, you know. So, anyways. We've got the Get Well Maurice artwork right here. He is dying with bronchitis right now, so we wanted to do a little something so it make him feel better. And we will start the bidding on this one next as soon as I catch up with the chat first. So Chet says, and last is ENX and Thalia wrestling or drowning, however fits well. Perfect. All right, so ENX and Thalia. Wrestling and or drowning. All right, bro. I've got your request all set. I'm gonna make sure that we get that all taken care of. Awesome, man. Thanks so much, dude. You're awesome. You made this fun. Made this a lot of fun tonight. Platinum says the fastest way to make ENX disappear. All right, Kevin is in the room with $1. $1 for Nurse Nira. Chet says no, Plat. I just put her in a different area. Yeah, I just moved her around a little bit. All right, Chris Dehan is in the room with 5. Thanks so much, dude. For Nurse Nira. Hello, Nurse. Kevin says, or how about I bid 25 for Maurice? That would be really nice. That'd be so nice, dude. Kevin is bidding for Maurice. Chris Dehan in the room with 30. Thanks, dude. Platinum in the room with 50. You're awesome, bro. Platinum in the lead. Kevin Green says, no, I'll make that 60. Awesome. You're cool, brother. All right, Platinum says, yeah, I thought that would be a good call, Kevin. I thought it too. Kevin Green says, oh, sorry, 69 bid. Kevin says 69. Yes. Thank you. Tradition is strong. The tradition is strong in the Force. All right, we've got 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes for Nurse Nira. Hello, Nurse. Kevin says, okay, how about I throw in $5 to $10 and donate it to him? You could. That could be something. I think we were all really happy just him knowing that his idea got drawn tonight. It'll be inked. We'll be able to all download a high-res, full-color version of it soon, I hope. As soon as I get caught up, he'll be healed by the time I color it. But Chris Dehan in the room with 75. Thanks, dude. But it's the thought that counts. You know, we had the fun tonight all drawing it and coming up with it together. So that's what's good. That's what's good. Kevin says, unless one of you really wants it. Platinum says, I'll throw in 20 on your 60, Kev, for Maurice. All right, I'm going to get confused if we're grouping up. If we're going to group up. If we're going to group up for Maurice, you got to let me know. So that way I know what's going on. Let's see, I put a little M on there. Platinum says, yeah, true. If someone here really does want it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the fact that we drew it together and Maurice was here and we're all wishing him well, I think that was the most important part. But if somebody does just want to have the artwork, you know, just go ahead and bid on it the way you normally would. It's totally cool. Some person says, just realized she's going to use SpongeBob to clean Patrick. Platinum says, I'll stop if that's the case. All good, brother. All good, brother. Kevin says that's so wrong. Maybe Patrick just wants her to get in the tub with her. Maybe that's what's going on. Not really sure. All right, we got 3 more minutes. Actually, like 2.5 more minutes. And then we'll start a 10-second countdown. You guys are awesome. The official winning bid so far is still 75, and that's Chris. Christy Han has got the winning bid so far. Platinum says, I love Sponge. All right, got 1 more minute. She could use him as a cushion. If she gets in there, she's gonna find out what those arms of Patrick can do. The art takes a life of its own. Patrick does need a little drool. Yeah, there we go. That'll be my note. Make sure I put that in there. All right, minute is almost up. Right now, let's see. Winning bid is 75. It's Chris Dehan's bid. All right, we are going to start the 10-second countdown. Lizzie Platinum says, idea for next week, Nira Supergirl cosplay. It could be a thing. You never know. Some person says Patrick gets the same look from a bag of Krabby Patties. All right, starting the 10-second countdown. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, Cinco de Mayo. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're typing in 000 to mark it as sold. Don't know if anybody's going to sneak in at the last second. All right, we're sold. Let me scroll up real quick, maybe make sure nothing else happened in between the counting or anything like that. I think Chris Dehan has got it. Please, everybody, congratulate Chris. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Platinum says congrats. Congrats from Maurice. Platinum says, I have that cough too, Bill. Bill is driving me crazy. I know, it's like my cold is gone like a good 3 weeks ago at this point. But that little tickle stays in my throat for like at least another month. You know, if I laugh just right, if I don't know, anything just right happens, like I just start coughing. So I'm happy that I'm able to talk as much as I could talk right now. Platinum says, congrats. Chris Dehan says, thanks. Awesome, dude. You guys did an awesome job, man. That was a good little bit of drama. Good little bit of drama. And I'm glad that we're directing a lot of goodwill to Maurice. We want him to feel better. When we get this piece inked, the Safe for Work version, we'll make a Safe for Work version that everybody can download on the Patreon page without having a membership. And then the not safe for work version, of course, will have to be behind the little paywall thing because it's adult, because it's nude. All right, so let me circle these. Chris, this one is all yours. I'm going to write your name on this one. Chet, congratulations. I've got your piece with accompanying notes. I got some modifications to work on this week. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Thank you, some person, for sharing that. That's awesome. Any help that I could possibly get from anybody, from any of my good friends, sharing our links, reposting our posts, it's a huge help. It does make a huge difference. Breaking past the old algorithm, as it were. I hate saying that over and over again. The algorithm. But just everybody sharing the link to everybody that they know, it's just a huge help. Kevin says, smut, what's that? All I see is art. That's right, this is art. Platinum says, get well soon, Maurice. Absolutely. Some person has some links up in the chat, just in case you don't know where our secret Patreon page is. And some of our other links. Thank you, dude. Kevin says, Maurice was fading earlier. He may be here, but not really here. I hear you, man. It's like, we hope you feel better, man. Bronchitis can take a lot out of you, dude. I just want to sleep for a month. Very cool. Thanks, some person. I'm sure Cat Mouse appreciates that. That's always super important. Platinum says, Bill, are we going to get back to Steve Sundays? I'm not sure. I wasn't planning on doing live streams every Sunday for the Zen Kickstarter. We're definitely going to do some live streams during the month, but I wasn't thinking about making it like a weekly show or anything like that. But it's a possibility. I mean, never say never, but it wasn't part of my plan. No. Very cool. Thank you for sharing those links. That is awesome. Awesome. Huge help. Thank you. Christiane says, hope Maurice feels better soon. Totally agree. The whole group is behind you, dude. Some person says, I sometimes think the Al Gore rhythm when I hear that word. Al Gore. I haven't heard that voice in quite a while. Very cool. Thank you, some person. That's right, the Reddit link. Thank you for remembering that. Ken Zazer does our Reddit page editions. So if you go over and check that out, that would be really cool. I know that he would appreciate it. I appreciate it for sure. For sure. Am I starting to fade? Am I starting to fade? I think maybe I'm starting to fade. I think I'm gonna sleep like a freaking rock tonight. But it's been a great day. It's been a really good day. So I've got zero complaints. Got to hang out with my friends. Got to do some fun sketching. Got to launch a Kickstarter. Got a lot of fun projects underway. We've got a lot of commissions to catch up on, but that's fun. I mean, we're gonna have a great time with that. And as soon as we put some color on that, gonna get it uploaded so people can download everything. It's gonna be awesome. Platinum says, just under the Earth's core is several million degrees. Dude, I didn't think you could spell his accent. It's perfect. Some person says you wanted to be reminded about Giganta for next week. Yes, I do, actually. I'm glad that you said something. In fact, you know what? I'm going to write down in my notes Giganta. Because whatever idea maybe we come up with next week, Giganta is either going to be a part of it, or we're going to have a Giganta sketch and a second sketch. So that way we can do the things and do the stuffs. But awesome. Let me double check the Kickstarter just before we sign off. I see we got 32 backers. Awesome. We're at $3,400. I mean, we're less than $600 away from our funding goal, and it's on the first day, and we just barely started spreading the word. So it's a great start. It's a great start. Thanks so much for everybody's support. I've got the I think I've got the link for the Kickstarter in the description of the video. But I think some person actually shared it already in the chat also. Some person says, write it on an extra big Post-it. Kevin says, the duh in Greaseworks. Christiane says, Giganta! Doing a hand bra. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. Maybe Giganta, a Giganta Supergirl piece. That could be a thing. That could be what we kind of work on. Maybe we will. You know what? We don't want to often do this because we like to come up with the ideas like on the day, right? But what if we what if we had a 2-page spread with Giganta, like doing a hand bra, the clothes ripped off, and have like Supergirl being part of it. We'll put that together. Maybe that's the big idea for next week. Could be the thing. Platinum, good night, folks. Good night, my friend. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Actually, you know what? We gotta shut down for tonight anyway. It's the end of the show. So let me see. Platinum says, can we get a Cyber Angel slap fight piece? The prototype. That could be a thing. Oh, thanks, some person. Totally appreciate that. Yep. So that's the link to the Kickstarter. Damn, Allure wins. Giganta versus Godzilla. Could be a thing. You never know. Could be a thing. All right, everybody. Looks like we have to kind of cut out for the evening. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, having some fun, doing some sketches. I'm going to grab some cold pizza and recharge, and we'll hit it again tomorrow. All right, everybody, please enjoy your weekend, and we will see you again next week, if not sooner. Have a good one. All right, night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.